So today guys, I wanted to make a video about the portfolio. What is it? Do I need one? And what kind of job or education can I get after doing a course in it? Will I end up talking about it all day and dressing like this guy if I do one? So the portfolio is basically a body of work, um, you know, 10, 12 of your best pieces that you show to get into art college or if you're already in the industry to other employers. The reason you should do one is if you were like me, you've loved drawing, animation, illustration, printmaking, and you'd like to work in the industry if you can, or do it all day basically, you know. And what's the quickest way to getting a job in the industry where you can draw all day? If you look at any website, you'll see the two requirements they want to see for animation is a portfolio and a show reel. Okay, so today I'm just going to focus on what the portfolio you've worked on. Now, like me, if you've no previous projects, you're coming to the industry fresh, you're not going to have a portfolio. So the ultimate question is then, are you going back to college for the portfolio to go to further study or just to get into the industry? So either way, if you want to work in animation or illustration, you're going to need a portfolio. So the next question then is, well, where are you going to do one? The good news is there's plenty of places to do them. They're not expensive, when you look at it for a full year. Any local college will offer them, to get in, to do the actual course itself is easy enough. And like I said, they're usually part-time, so you can work around it and you'll get good tutor, get good advice on the direction. If you're going back as a mature student to the local college of further education, you won't need CAO points. It's 4 or 5 nice drawings will get you into the course. Then once you're in the portfolio course, it's an academic year, so it's September to April really, with holidays included. So it flies by. Before you know it, if you want to go to NCAD, the college, their deadline is February. So you could theoretically be finished by February. So does this mean you're gonna have to be a broke student again for 6 months? Yeah, you kind of are. I mean, you can work around the schedule, but I definitely would say it's good to have a tutor, especially if you're going to an art college NCAD. It needs to be very, very precise. I thought a portfolio was okay. I draw 6 great pictures, show it to them. That's it. No, especially if you want to go to art college, it needs to be very, very precise to their standards. They want to see sculpture, drawing, painting. It's not just a case of you draw what you're good at. They want to see a little bit of everything. For me, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I knew I loved animation, I loved illustration, I loved everything, but I wasn't sure which industry I'd like to work in or try out. So I said to myself I'd do the portfolio year. At the end of it, at least I'll have a portfolio, a professional body of work that I can put to different companies, different colleges if I want, and then the decision will be made for me, because throughout the year you'll have to do interviews, you'll be doing your research throughout the year, what you like, what you don't like, you'll do a bit more, and you throw yourself into it. And I think that's the best way to figure out if you really want to do something is to throw yourself into it, or else you could regret it. So I was absolutely delighted. I did my portfolio year. I knew what I wanted to focus on anyway. I knew I didn't want to make sculptures or, you know, what have you, installations with, unmade beds and stuffed sharks. So I knew I wanted to gear towards animation or illustration. So I did the year, got the portfolio together, and it went really well. It ended up being a funny year. I had, ended up being two students, so I nearly got one-to-one lessons. And at the end of it, I got accepted to an animation school, but I decided, just for my own sake, that after doing the interviews and looking at the campuses, going back to full time study wasn't for me. Found that another 4 years of college wouldn't get me where I wanted to be. I felt I could do it myself. I can work during the day and do what I want. Train at night, train on the internet, train in more evening courses, to get the more specialized skills I wanted really. But I would definitely recommend everyone do a portfolio course. Not even for the end product aspect of it, but for the fact that it'll give you some time to do your art, just to dive into it, especially if, like me, you didn't do it in secondary school or college, and it'll make you uncomfortable because you'll be like, oh no, I better take this seriously now. And two, it'll expose you to different ways of doing things, because I think, like with anything, you might like drawing, you get comfortable in the things you like to do. So it forces you to do a load of different things. Um, but yeah, so this is the magic portfolio. What is inside? A whole load of stuff. You're gonna do a load of weird things you've never done before. But at the end of the 6 months, you have this, and yeah, it's a nice body of work to have. But yeah, for anybody who's looking to, there's the sun. For anybody who's looking to do a portfolio course this September, who's starting it, I would say, number one, enjoy it. It's nothing you can't come back from. If it's a disaster, it's 6 months. It'll give you a great taste of, do you want to go back and do further study in your art? The other thing, crucial thing, make sure you know what direction you want your end result to be. As in, when I finish this 6 months, I'll have 12, pictures, paintings, whatever, geared towards illustration or animation or making sculpture or, stuffed sharks, whatever. Just make sure it's geared towards that direction, okay? And that's it. Yeah, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Give your art some time. And I'll see you next week.